Bulubinaka and welcome to Close Up. And if you're joining us from around the region, a big hello to you too. Tonight on the show, we take you to Ovalau Island in the Lomaiviti group where a rugby revolution is underway. That's coming up in the next half hour. The old chapter Levuka was unusually a nest of activity in the last week as rugby brains converged on Ovalau to share their knowledge and the hottest new fad in town, Rugby Plus, to 150 participants from all over the country. First up on the show tonight, we talk to the couple who are at the forefront of the inception of the program in Fiji and a few other Pacific Island countries, and also has seen 24 young Fijian men now plying their trade in the Australian domestic competition, while 2 have signed for the Melbourne Rebels outfit in the new Super 15 season.
I think 2003 when I was on a trip to India, and coming back from India, I felt an impression to start a new innovation, which is our affiliation with Youth Mission as a youth program. I've been with them now for 25 years. So our heart is totally to help young people, not only Fiji but all over the world, using different ways of creative means to help young people, whether they get off the streets, get off the drugs, and their life become positive influence in their different respective communities. And the concept of Rugby Plus came in, and I think as a great tool for a time when we were leading the ministry in Australia in 2003. We had a group of young people that loved their rugby, and we felt to actually start a 7-a-side team. So for a good 5 years, we ran a rugby team, and unfortunately, we never win a competition for 5 years. So we have every chance to give up and walk away and maybe look at other alternatives. But up to a point where a lot of Fijian communities in Australia, in Brisbane, some of my good friends said, "Oh, you guys should not playing rugby because your team keep losing." And I said, "Oh well, one day we are doing development program." And 5 years later, or about 6 years later, we start winning competition in Australia, even up to a point where our team beat Australia, the national team. And that was a big shockwave.
Following the new winning streak in the local sevens tournaments in Australia, the Rugby Plus program was then initiated and came to being.
And then everything started to roll from there with the journey of Rugby Plus. And we had the privilege of having even the king himself, Waqa, played for Island Breeze, our team in Gold Coast, and Manasambari, some of the Australian representative players that have come in and played for our team, and that kind of generate a lot of interest and a lot of depth for our journey with Rugby Plus in using rugby as a tool to help young people in the community.
The journey's been, it's had its ups and downs. These things don't just happen overnight. There's a lot of hard work involved, and so we were committed to do that and to make sure that we put our time and our energy into doing this, because we believe in the program and we believe in young people having the opportunity to better themselves and to be able to impact their communities. So as a family, we try to travel together as much as we can. The kids are on the sidelines cheering for our teams. They love our group of guys that we have at home, and they are part of our family. And we do all different types of activities together. We don't just do rugby. We have devotions together. We do outings together. We function as a complete family, which is, I think, what can make our program a little bit unique in some ways.
As the program started snowballing, it attracted a lot of attention in Australia. One in particular that was intrigued with the idea of empowering young people in the sport was successful flying Fijian coach and former Wallaby Ilivasi Tabua.
When I was in Japan, I've came across a couple of good friends who were doing some mission work through the YWAM, and when I came coming back to Brisbane, I befriended one of their friends in Waqa, Baravilala, and more so share with me the concept about using sport as a tool to empower young people, having that spiritual context and having my understanding of rugby and how we could marry it into, to also have a look at it as a holistic development, both the physical, the mental and the spiritual being. And I really kind of like that because it more so addresses the whole human nature, or more so addresses us in totality, both the physical, the spiritual and the mental being. To what spirituality there is, their interconnection and helping them to be productive. I think this is what I was more moved towards it, and I know that this would help along if the concept were addressed and used into rural areas and into the outer islands, because sport is of interest with the young people, and as well it's a lifetime of choices. If to be successful or to be good at what you are, it's the healthier lifestyle. It's to be a stronger person or a champion person. One of the punchline that we use, that you got to be a champion off the field to be a champion on the field. And champion in your relationship with your family, champion in your relationship with your community, champion in your chores at home. It's champion in the little things. It's been true to the little things that makes you true to the bigger things. That if you're a champion off the field and in every aspect of your daily life, and then you'll be able to transform that into that 80 minutes. Rugby is just only 80 minutes. So as creatures of habit, if we are so used to this, then the transformation is quite easy. And not only that, but there is the life after rugby. Rugby is only so limited time. You could be a professional player from, you're lucky if you're 10 years you're playing professional and earn and make an earning that way. But what is after rugby? Here we're more so focusing. There's other elements in the rural areas. You have an agriculture program, you have a banking program, you have to understand a healthier lifestyle, and knowing what we face in the developed world with the problems that we face with non-communicable diseases, a healthier eating habit, to enable the body to produce what it wants, both on the field and off the field.
Rugby Plus!
My name is Sowane right now I'm playing for the Boxing Rugby Club in Melbourne. I've been there for over 1.5 years now, and yeah, so I'm gonna continue again for this year. I'm so thankful that I've been given the opportunity to join this Rugby Plus program, and I know that most of us doesn't know the program, and it's a big plus for me in joining the program. It's not only concentrating on our rugby life. It's mostly about all aspects of our life. Even me, your rugby life is on top, and our spiritual life is way at the bottom. So the main focus of Rugby Plus is to make them come to one level. Because I think it was 4 years ago. I've been playing for Ovalau in the domestic season for about 6 to 7 years, and then they come over to the island for a rugby clinic, and then starting from there, I began to know them and know more about them in the program that they run. Yeah, I think it's every rugby player's dream is to go to overseas. Yeah? But then I was lucky to be joining the Rugby Plus that enables me to go and play overseas.
Nakana lango Filipe Koroibola au lurungan Ovalau koruma asa makiro sa betul au lewena.
My name is Filipe Koroibola. I'm from Ovalau. I'm 23 and I play for the Box Hill Broncos in the Melbourne competition. I've been playing for the club for the past year and I play wing and center. I am the eldest of 5 siblings. My families are happy that I have been able to go and play abroad in the domestic Melbourne competition. But my plan is to continue to secure a spot in the team in the new season. Ultimately, like every other player playing abroad, my aim is to secure a Super 15 contract. It is going to demand a lot of hard work and dedication for me, but I am determined. At the moment, I have my mother who is looking after my other siblings after my dad passed away a few years ago. Since then, it has been my mother who have brought us up. She has always been the encouraging and inspiring voice in my life. But I wish my father was still around to witness where I am today. This is the driving force behind my being abroad. To work hard, to be able to provide for my mom, my siblings and my families here on Ovalau. Rugby Plus has taught me a lot of things. My attitude towards life will also reflect my attitude on the field of play. It has fine-tuned my perspective about being passionate and also respectful when I have my game face on, and to show that same sentiment in my everyday work.
My name is Maika Tuinasavusavu. I am from Nayavira, Nakorotumbu in Ra, and my maternal village is Lawaki Vunda in Lotoka. I play for a club called Kiwi Hawthorn. I came to the program through my club in Fiji Uprising when we toured Australia last year. I initially did not know about Rugby Plus, but when we got there, we spoke to Waqa, who talked to us about it, and me and my friend Esala decided to join the program. Now I'm doing my discipleship training with youth with a mission. That is why I am in Fiji doing the practical phase of my training. I am glad to be given an opportunity to serve back here at home in helping up with the program.
An interesting chapter in the Rugby Plus initiative is its chaplaincy program, introduced as a tool to empower young people in partnership with the Australian chaplaincy program.
Rugby Plus believes the heartbeat of running this program is to see the value in a human being. The tripartite being of a human being is very important, with the mind, with the body and the soul, and also the spirit. So we value people because they are people, and we see a human being as a people of honor and people of dignity. They need to be respected, they need to be honored, and they need to be lifted up from where they are. Some of these rugby players, they come from broken families, single mom. That's why it's very important to run a program like this using chaplaincy, partnership with Chaplaincy Australia, to help and to motivate and to mentor rugby players all over Fiji. I remember we went to one rugby club here in Suva area, and we taught on chaplaincy, talking about the side effect of having marijuana, other drugs. And one of the rugby guys said, from now on, I decided to leave marijuana because it doesn't contribute to my rugby career. So that's the great news about it. And on the other side, as a director of Rugby Plus here in Fiji, we've been visiting clubs, different clubs in Vono level and in VT level. It's really changed the way rugby players think. It changed their mindset to look after themselves, to take care of themselves. The way they're eating, drinking, other things that doesn't contribute to their lifestyle as a rugby player. So we are there, and with Ilivasi and I working together, so we're targeting the whole area. Holistic approach is the body, the mind, and the spirit is very important for them as a rugby players. Yeah.
Personally, I believe, in every rugby player, in order for him to be a champion player in the field, he's got to be a champion player also off the field. So my program comes in for every player to at least to know and to understand all the aspects of rugby. So the programs that has been run through the weeks from the chaplaincy program, I believe all these things has built a character within the rugby player. Not only in terms of the role that he plays in the field, or to understand only the skills of rugby. This is for every player to understand the roles and responsibility that he can play within his community. Brought them here is their dream. Everyone wants to make it into the big time. And through that, with this program, they believe that it can enhance them, to fulfill their goal and their dreams.
I think I still got to offer to young people of Fiji. I think I still got something to offer to rugby, and I think those that are less fortunate, in the rural areas. I think, for us here in Fiji, the Vunu, if you empower the Vunu to be strong, we'll have stronger people in the future. If you empower young people in their lifestyle, in making the right choices, in having process in place, and putting their hand in there and working hard to achieve their goal, I think we can have a stronger and better citizens of tomorrow.
Actually, our boys are reaping the benefits. First year we actually sent over 10 boys. Second year we sent over 20. Last year we again sent about 16 or 17 boys, and most of them are playing the rugby in Australia now, and we hope not to continue with. And if this can also expand to other parts of Fiji, I guess it will benefit the youth.
There are a few major factors to develop a player, and it's not just about him being prepared physically, it's also being prepared spiritually. And I think it's a very positive move for rugby itself and as a player, as an individual, for development purposes.
I have learned a lot at a week-long clinic that will also help me groom my players to be complete in all aspects of their lives, not just on the rugby field. Also, when their playing careers are over, they are leaders contributing positively to the club, their families, and the Vanua.
Developing the land as a means of keeping youths from rural-urban drift is one area that has been fully exploited, and the timely reminder at this clinic is something we as coaches can take back with us.
We were a bit surprised, but at the same time we were not very shocked, because the talent of these young boys who are playing domestic rugby in Ovalau is tremendous. For a Super Rugby franchise to tell us that the moment they saw Saunituraga and Naivalu for the first time, that their comment was, he's got Super Rugby material. We were amazed with that statement. And with that, coming back to Ovalau Rugby and encourage them that our young people who are loving the rugby and are playing in this level in Ovalau, some of them are built for this Super Rugby franchise, which is a great news for domestic rugby in Ovalau and also in Fiji.
Our heart is to be able to have a rugby academy in every nation in the Pacific. We think that it's key because of the way we run our program and the holistic view that we have mentally, spiritually, emotionally and physically. We would like to see an academy in every country in the Pacific, and above and beyond that, there's only room to grow.
Yeah, in complementing that, I think we have few programs that we run in place. Rugby clinics, the rugby chaplaincy program, and also rugby tours, and we also run a rugby discipleship program. And then, like Jade said, my wife, now we want to look into another level, which is the rugby academy, where the development pathway programs are monitored well, and the grassroots level have a place where they can, their program can be facilitated from and grow. So we are very intentional with this program in the next 5-10 years in the Pacific. We got invites from Samoa, from Tonga, from Papua New Guinea. You know, we have a hub in Vanuatu, and we just been to Solomons, we've been to Nauru, and we're looking at other countries in the Pacific, because we really want to be intentional with this program, and the product that they've seen happen in the last short period of time, in the last 1 year and 2, have really brought a lot of focus and a lot of objective plan for our strategic planning into the future. To every islands that we have been to, all the nations that we have been to, they have been very receptive. For instance, in Vanuatu, we have a great partnership. We have even the government, on the government level, we have the Attorney General, who is a very good friend, who has come on board and really have supported us throughout the years with this initiative. And then we have in Solomon Islands and Nauru, and now we're going to move on to Samoa. We're very excited about the excitement about the concept of holistic approach that Rugby Plus do bring into the community. In Ovalau we have 4 paramount chiefs, which is, they have all of them, each one of them, with the words of the Wanturan Tulevuka yesterday, are very supportive of this concept. And I've seen it by, eyewitness, how they have come on board and expressed their full support and the excitement about the program and the concept that it brings to their villages and to the whole of Ovalau Island.
And that's the show for tonight. For comments or questions, email us on closeup@fijitv.com.fj. Thank you for joining us, and do join us again next week. Until then, have a good evening.